Samsung has been telling the world that their smartphones are the next big thing.
Well, what say you, Mr. Shelly Palmer, our tech expert?
The S6, huh?
The S6 and the S6 Edge. Now,
what's the difference?
Well, the difference is interesting.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
The Edge has a curved screen on the end where it's actually the edge of the screen is actually curved on both sides. It's pretty, to tell you the truth. The resolution of this screen will stop your heart. It is really one of the highest resolution screens out there.
Better than the new iPhone screens?
Oh, wow. Everybody wants to say better than the iPhone. We'll get to the iPhone in a minute.
Okay.
What Samsung did is they said, we know what we're going to do. We're going to make a beautiful phone. We're going to seal it. Now, this is interesting. They've sealed it like an iPhone, so the battery's internal. The S5 and S4, you could remove the battery and charge a separate one.
Which a lot of people liked about those
A lot of people
phones.
do. But to Samsung's credit, they say you plug this thing in, and I did check last night. You plug this in for 10 minutes, you get about a 4-hour charge out of it. So that's pretty great. It also has an optional wireless charging pad, which is super cool. So you just lay the phone on the charging pad, and it's going to charge overnight. No wires for the phone. Of course, there's a wire for the charging pad. So look, this thing is amazing. The camera is a 16 megapixel camera. Wow. So it takes a killer picture. These are our friends at Sprint gave us this one. They are running all kinds of interesting ways to buy it. You can get it for zero money down, pay anywhere between $20 and $30 a month. What's interesting about the Samsung is it doesn't have interchangeable memory like the earlier S5 and S4 does. This one comes in 3 flavors, 32, 64, and 128, somewhat like that iPhone you were talking about. Just for size comparison.
Well, nice to know that the minimum model is 32, whereas Apple, a lot of people say, is ripping people off with these 16-gig phones.
No question about it. Way to take a shot at our boys at Apple.
Well, the operating system takes up half the space.
You're right. So here, you're absolutely right. So here's an iPhone 6 Plus, my iPhone 6 Plus, next to the almost 5-inch Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge. Obviously, the screen sizes are very different. The resolution on the Samsung's fantastic. Here's the bottom line, and it's important. If you are an Android person, you are going to think the Samsung Galaxy S6 and S6 Edge are the next coming of the Lord. They are really amazing phones. If you're an Apple person, you're not switching. So there's no point in comparing an iPhone to an S6. If you're into Android, this is running Lollipop 5.0.2, the latest version of Android. It's got a great camera. It's chargeable. Oh, and it's got one other thing that I think is really superior. You know, Apple has Apple Pay. What Samsung did is they put a payment system called Samsung Pay in here that works with any credit card reader anywhere. You lay the phone next to the edge that you'd swipe, and the phone literally says to the swiper, hey, my credit card's in here. So they've got their own payment plan that's literally going to work worldwide. Samsung has made a great phone. If you're an Android person, don't even think about it. Great stuff.
I'm going to be ready to switch. I don't know. That was tantalizing.
Tantalizing.
Yes.
That's the way we like to think about it.
ShellyPalmer.com or at Shelly Palmer. Shelly, thank you. Good to see you.
My pleasure.
Whenever I think of Shelly Palmer, I think tantalizing.